From the crossroads of America, we're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. Returnable from the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Go! Straight ahead with Taylor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Richardson to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's go now. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They connect on the deep shot. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but
up the middle, and somebody blocked it! And the Rams have it! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick.
Well, that's going to take away a touch of that early momentum they built with the opening drive touchdown. And just as importantly here, blocking that extra point should give the offense a little boost as they come out for their first possession, looking to match touchdown for touchdown.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Launches one deep downfield. Able to find Nakua here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. The first carry now for Kyren Williams. He finds space into the red zone. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Looking to the air here. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge... And a 1st down. Give him 32 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps out at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the 1st down.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams finish off their opening drive. Kyren Williams, the touchdown. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams literally won up that opening touchdown drive, as they take a 7-6 lead here. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts at the 3. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Running right, this is Taylor. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Rams will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds a man right side. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Go! Taylor now up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jared Verse on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
At the 22-yard line.
Play action with Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he'll get it up to the 44. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. From the gun, Taylor. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's across midfield into Rams territory. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking down a 3rd and 3. Hauled in by Downs. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go.
1st down throw here from Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. So it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again. Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big...
And he will get into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And he brings it in. They go for two and the tie, and it works out.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for two.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. He breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Got Lamb, and it's complete. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Nakua, the receiver, in motion right. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Offense up to the line fast. They'll throw on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this 1st half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st. Working inside the red zone. His pass caught by Nakua. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
They try again with Williams. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get some late points and the lead. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on first down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. On target to Downs. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Second down carry for Taylor. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Taken in by Pierce. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Finds his man, Downs. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. He sends this one to the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Airing it out to start this drive. Rams got it on the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. That's a good-looking play by the Notre Dame rookie. Gets him a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
2nd and 10 now. He got it along the sideline, but just couldn't bring it in within the field of play. That's incomplete. We've got 3rd down. Joshua Carty after the Rams field goal try. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Let's go now.
Throwing it just before halftime. He's going deep this time. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Rams are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Here's a return from the 7. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Williams fields the pitch. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Lamb. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They go play action on 1st. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds him on the crossing route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here's 2nd and 2. Hauled in left side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Here we go.
They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Joshua Carty after the Rams field goal try. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Warren's got it, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Forced out to his right. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 2 here. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
2 yards on the play. And the Rams first down.
Ready? Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Looking to throw again on second down. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Looking to throw. He finds it beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
The end of the third quarter.
Hold the ready.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They're going play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Cut out left. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
18, right here.
Draw play, this is Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
2nd and 13. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll look to run with Williams. Hits the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams go up by 12 in the 4th. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So the Rams keep the offense out there. They're deciding to try for 2. They send a man in motion. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Finds Woods. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the 30 on 2nd down. It's caught. 1. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Play action with Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Oh, get him yet again. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, no surprises here. They decline the holding call and hang on to the interception. New set of downs for him from the 46. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one complete to Higbee. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
19 tight, 79 Broncos.
Another run for Williams. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Able to find Nakua here. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Give to Williams from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Rams looking like they'll start this season with a win. And on third down, the Colts going with the nickel here.
18 Cardinal, 18. 19 Lion. Buffalo 18.
Throwing now from the gun. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Colts have some new life in the 4th. Partner, I am not sure what I liked more here. The interception itself or the creativity on the return to take it over 60 yards the other way. That is the literal definition of a field-flipping play.
And how about a momentum-flipping play in this building as well? You go from one offense having a red zone look to the other one being inside the red zone in a span of just 2 snaps.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts have some new life in the fourth.
Intercepted. The Colts take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Ready?
They give to Taylor, right side. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So second down coming up. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with third and long. Now to throw. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
We'll see what the Colts do facing a huge 2-point conversion attempt. And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this fourth quarter. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They're out and set, first and 10. Setting up to pass. And this falls incomplete with just... Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now it's second down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off the defense at any time.
Give me radar. Easy to learn. Like.
One final shot here. He's on the move. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports.
The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.